want to pause for a second. Anyone who does not know who Jade Cargill is, pause this show right now and go look her up. I'll, you have my permission to do that right now. Cause look, man, Jade ain't nothing to play with. Okay, that black accent. Okay, welcome back. Another episode of the Down Podcast. As you can see, it's just me here. No Quan. Quan, he couldn't make it this week. Almost Quan got some other stuff going on. So he will be back next week. He will be back. I know most of y'all come here just to see Quan anyway. I'm just an afterthought. But hey, man, sometimes you gotta think again. And that's why I'm here. So yeah, the show must go on, right? Hold Down Podcast where we talk hip hop and battle rap culture as a whole. I am your host, the Unstoppable Bloodbath, right here. But not in the kitchen this time. This is actually my room. Anybody who watches Dead and Gaming, Dead and Gaming, this is usually where y'all see me sitting at my desk. Yeah, it's the desk setup, and it's also the place where I've been recording the Gotham Knights Let's Plays. So also Dead and Gaming plug. If you like Gotham Knights, if you like Let's Plays, go watch those. I've been playing Gotham Knights. It's a really fun game, and I've been posting the Let's Plays from it. And it's my first attempt at a Let's Play. Never did it before, but I think it's going well so far. So make sure to check that out as well. But if you're here, that means you're a fan of battle rap. And then this show is broken into a couple parts. The first part is the hip hop shenanigans, aka Quan's favorite part of the show. Then we do our actual battle review. Then we do our closing remarks and like arts of the week. This week I will go through with a full show. And usually when it's just me, I don't do a full show, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a full show this week. I'm gonna do the full Monty. So hip hop shenanigans. So I got a couple stories, not too many. First and foremost, RIP Takeoff. That's like the biggest news of the week, honestly, because I woke up to it and I really didn't want to believe it, because Migos was a huge part of hip hop and my like experience here in Atlanta. Like when I moved out here, Migos was skyrocketing. Like everything about the city when I moved here was Migos. So like that hurt. And then to find out that he was only 28. We're the same age. I really didn't like I've been seeing everything differently, y'all. Like that his passing affected a lot for me personally. And I don't usually get like caught up in like celebrities' lives and when they pass and stuff, but something about this one, it really shook me. And I've been counting every day, bro, just like as a blessing. Like I don't take that for granted, like nothing. I wake up every day just with like renewed energy, because I don't know, this one just felt different. So yeah, RIP Takeoff. I pray for his family and everybody in the circle. It's terrible for everybody. I don't really like want to go too much into it because I mean, someone died, but we're gonna move on to 1017. So you know me, you know I love Gucci, you know I love 1017, you know I love the new 1017. I think all the artists are good, but someone was on the label and off the label quick as hell, a little too quick. I don't know if y'all familiar with a rapper named Baby Rax. Baby Rax. He is a rapper, up and coming rapper, just got signed to the label recently, and he said that he wasn't doing no shows in Houston because of the Takeoff situation. He's like, hey bro, you're booking for a show in Houston. Ain't no point. Baby Rax ain't going. Like he's like making jokes on Twitter and shit, and Gucci took that personal. Gucci dropped him from that label immediately. Like tweeted that shit out like this nigga is no longer 1017. Like so then it was gaining traction on Twitter because Gucci said, like, Gucci made fun of it, and Gucci said Congratulations to Baby Rax, the first artist to get signed and dropped in the day. That dude is not signed at 1017. Like, drop that nigga quick as hell. So then Baby Rack started tweeting like, "Oh, okay, whatever. Like, thanks shout out to Gucci and all that for the deal, like for the deal." But then he's like, "I'm also it's like now I'm a free agent." Like tweeting all the Gucci tops. So he's tweeting at Young Boy, tweeting at like Jeezy, like all of them tweeting at Gucci ops. Like, "Hey, I'm a free agent now. So like, if you wanted to sign me, so that was petty, but I did not hate it. I think that was a smart move." And I probably would have did something very similar to that. So I was like, okay, bro, I feel you on that. That was a good move. That was a good move. Um, in other hip hop news, so this past weekend there was a couple of events. There was the Kings and Queens prom night that looked dope. There was also Remy Ma's event, the women's tournament this past weekend as well. So it was a Chrome 23 event, and the Chrome 23, I actually tried to watch. I didn't realize till it was too late there was a pay per view event. Usually, our stuff was just up on YouTube, so that's what I was looking forward to. And now I was like, wait, where's the YouTube link? It's pay per view link, so I'm gonna go back and watch it. But it seems to be successful so far. I'm gonna give y'all an update for people who did not watch it, like myself. I'm still gonna watch it though. An update on who moved on. So in the round one, QB lost to Shayna Ashley. So Shayna Ashley beat QB, and then 40 bars lost to C3. So 40 bars is a big name. C3 also a big name. So hey, so now in the next round we're on Shayna versus C3. That should be interesting. E Hart lost to Cheddar, and then Miss Miami beat Hazy. So Cheddar and Miss Miami going ahead battling each other in the next round. E Hart also a very respected name in battle rap. Lost. We also got C Bree beat Shiest Raw, so she's moving on. Bonnie beat K Profit, and I did see clips from that battle. So Bonnie's moving on. We got Shay Rack versus Caution. Caution won that battle. Shay Rack is out. Yoshi G beat Coco Cake, so Yoshi's moving on. So Yoshi's going against Caution in the next round. So that's just a quick update on how the tournament's going. It's only they got 4 battles, and it's gonna be the finals right after this. So this is the semifinal round already. I'm glad for this. The $25,000 all women's tournament is good to see stuff like that. Like I like seeing people do different things. I also like how Queen of the Ring, their prom night event, everybody wore like prom attire and then they got dressed up. I thought that was dope. And then they actually voted a prom king and queen at the end. I thought that was dope too. Like people just doing different stuff, just having fun with the culture. I think is dope. Back when they was doing like the bowling tournaments and the basketball tournaments, like just having fun. Everything don't got to be so serious, and I think that's cool. I think we should all just try to have try to find more joy in life personally. And I know it's easier said than done because some things ain't joy, yes, or joyful, but you gotta find it somewhere. In other news, Drake and 21 Savage supposed to be dropping their Her Loss album at the end of this week. Well, probably by the day this comes out, same day this comes out. And I'm really enjoying the promo they've been doing for it. They had the fake Tiny Desk concert. The clips of that was doing what had people excited because that would have been a crazy Tiny Desk. Then they did the fake interview on Howard Stern. So like I'm liking their rollout. I think it's creative and it's fun. Like they go into all the places you're supposed to go to for your promo. You know, like everybody goes in their press run, their promo store for their new project. They're doing it, but they not doing it at the same time. And I think that's what's so interesting about it. Also, I'm looking forward to that project. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think it's gonna be good. Drake and like y'all know I'm the biggest Drake fan, but Drake and 21 together, they don't miss. So I have a feeling that they're not gonna miss with the album. Do I think the album is gonna be complete bangers front to back? No. I think it's gonna be more hits than misses. So regardless, I'm looking forward to the album. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna get played a lot. They're gonna probably end up being Mars of the week next week. Most likely. Me. They might not, but it's a most likely thing. Like most likely Artist of the week next week. Moving on. So in other news, shout out to homie Rick Ross. I saw that he appeared on AEW television, you know what I'm saying, just in some skits and stuff. Shout out, like it's cool seeing like AEW's really good with bringing in hip hop into their show. Like they had appearances from West Side, Trina, Rick Ross, Action Bronson. Like they've been bringing in the wrestlers over to AEW, which is interesting because like hip hop loves wrestling. Everybody for the most part loves wrestling, and like rappers bring up wrestlers all the damn time. So like it's just nice seeing that the wrestlers bringing the wrestlers around. So, but oddly, in a series where the rap and the wrestling didn't mix correctly was with Mr. Boward Woward. Okay, Bow Wow has been saying for a while now. This is not the first time I've seen him talk about how he wants to try to transition into wrestling. Right. Um, he said like, "Yo, I want to get into wrestling and all that." And he said, and after my first win, I just want to take you out somewhere. And he tweeted at Jade Cargill. I want to pause for a second. Anyone who does not know who Jade Cargill is, pause this show right now and go look her up. You have my permission to do that right now. Cause look, man, Jade ain't nothing to play with. Okay, that black excellence. Okay, look, man. So Jade responded. She was just like, "Hey, you can't afford me, Bow Wow. Thanks, but no thanks." So like they was going back and forth on Twitter, which later, like right after that, you know what I'm saying, a little bit later on, she was like, "I'm just kidding," you know what I'm saying, it was a joke, but you know what I'm saying, Bow Wow then let her know, like, "Hey, bro, I'm Bow Wow out here. Like, I got bread." And then, like, you know what I'm saying, it was going back and forth, having fun, like, you know, talking about money, this, money, that, you know, conversations I don't be having because I can't talk. Then this was news to me. This is really the meat of the story here. Okay, this is where the story takes a wild twist. How come nobody wanted to tell me that Jade is married? The fuck is this? She was like, apparently her husband is a baseball player, well, a former baseball player. What? How was nobody told me this before? Because when did this happen? I had look. Uh, this changes a lot. I That's really what I care about this story. Bow Wow, look, bruh, shot the shot, you didn't make it. But I'm more confused. Why ain't no damn body told me she was married? I I feel like this should have been news a while ago. I feel like somebody should have sat me down and told me this. Like this is earth shattering news for me personally. This hurts. I don't know. Like I'm gonna need some time to process this one because damn nigga. Uh, Fuck Bow Wow right now because like I say he not she don't want you player, but damn nigga, yeah. Um, this hurt because if you because bro, I was like, how long they been married? How long they? I'm not. I'm saying these things knowing that I'm not finna do my due diligence and find out. Cause she, you know what I'm saying? She was just like, you know, me and my man go on play dates with your money. Like she was talking cash shit about Wow. She really was. She was really trying to fuck at a shot, honestly. But I just need to know how long she been married. I need to figure this. Or I don't need to know because it's only gonna hurt me more. I need to stay away from this. But yeah, everybody out there, moral of the story is she married, and I just feel like Tyrese, like congratulations, like that's how I'm feeling right now, bro. Like nigga, what? She's she has nuptials, like she's betrothed. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. That's look. That wasn't look. I'm gonna know someone talk about news wise. Let's go and get into this battle. This week's battle is Danny the Myers Bargot versus Active. This battle is I forget the league already. I think it was West Coast Central, something like that. It's just came out a couple days ago. This is like a very West Coast Central guys battle. Danny Myers, you know, everyone knows Danny. Active is his name, but we have not talked about before. Active is another West Coast rapper, like a West Coast OG out there. Big Crip. Yeah, so everybody knows him. There's just a whole West Coast vibe in this battle. Like this was clearly a for us by us Cali type of battle, and I'm cool with those. That's not where I'm from, but I'm still cool with those because most of the battles we watch is for us by us, the East Coast niggas, like New York niggas. So you got to give the regions they shine. So I was not familiar with Active before this battle. I will go ahead and say that. I didn't know about him, but unfortunately, he didn't make me feel the need to go check for a bunch of his battles. I might watch another one here and there, but maybe it was just the matchup because anybody going up against Danny is it's a rough night, and I feel like he didn't make the most of this opportunity because he came out in the first round. I just felt like his first round was okay. He had he had a couple decent bars, like especially like his Beauty and the Beast bar, stuff like that. But he just felt like he was getting a lot of gas from the room. Like the room, you could tell they really like him, which I get. I get loving your legends and giving them their praise when they're still alive, but not on all of these bars. Or maybe they just went over my head. Maybe it's a me thing. Maybe I just didn't speak the lingo, and that's understandable. But then Danny started strong with a rebuttal off rip, and then it was over with from that point. He was in his bag after the first bar. Like Danny went Danny on that man, and he didn't let up because he's the basketball shorts bar was hard. Like, Danny's first round was dangerous. That was one of the first rounds that it was you just don't want to stand in front of those rounds because it was a rough one immediately, and then Active because like active talk about this first. He was like, yeah, man, everybody know what Danny gonna do. He gonna do a rebuttal, bring in some other random shit. But then surprisingly, what I did like is that Active did his own rebuttal in the second, which I thought was good. He had some that decent rebuttal. Then he did a pocket tap like he did. That's his thing as well. The pocket tap people like that's his thing. So all right, cool. He did his stuff, and I do feel like his second round was stronger than his first round. His second round I enjoyed way more. Like his escape scheme was good. His Rick Rude bar that was good too. Like he had his second bar was better than his first. It's just that his second ended in a way where he like I could tell that he was starting to lose steam, so he just ended it. And then Danny had a weak rebuttal in the second, in my opinion. But then the round itself just as dangerous as the first. And when you're doing that, you know that it's a wrap at this point. If you got two good Danny rounds back to back like that, and you ain't had a round up to that par, it's GG's. So the Active came out in the third. His third, yeah, it just he was losing already. You could tell it sounded like he was almost freestyling his third or just trying to remember his shit, and he just ended it early. He was like, "Yeah, that's all I got." So then Danny's third was short as well, but he at least if it felt short, but he at least felt like he did what he needed to do. So he sealed the deal with his third. So yeah, as you would probably already assumed, in a Danny battle against someone we're not familiar with, Danny 3-0. Like, come on now. Like, but the room was giving energy to both of them. I will say that, but that Danny energy is different. Danny energy is just different. Bar Guide is dangerous. He's one of the matchups where even if you're good, it's hard to go against him because the way his energy is very difficult to go up against that type of energy. And this just wasn't the type of opponent for him. But then it's like at this point, who is? Because he's battled everybody. So like, who is there? You know. But I can get off into the scores. Crowd control for Active, I gave Active a 3. I think the crowd was liking him. For Danny, I gave Danny a 4 for crowd control because they liked them, but they liked him more than Active. I'm not gonna give him a whole 5. That wasn't crowd surfing, but it was just more than Active, so I gave him a 4. For Active, for delivery, I gave him a 3. I thought his delivery was just fine. It was clear. Had no issues with it. I do feel like he could have emphasized some of his harder bars better. I think that was more of an issue for him. Danny, delivery, 5. Come on now. The bar guy. I had no issues with his delivery. Everything he wasn't losing it. He was keeping his speed. Like he was changing flow every now and again, and it was clear and concise. Like, come on now, bar guy. Haymakers for active. I had the fortunate to give homie a 2, respectfully. Uh, Danny, I gave Danny a 4 because again, bar guy. Zone, zone. I gave active a 3. I think he had his second was good, his first was okay, and his third was like non-existent. So I just had to give him a 3, bro. I didn't want to give him no 2, and well, yeah, he did kind of choke, but yeah, 2 it is. I just changed it to a 2. Had to do what I had to do. Well, nah, man, it was. I'm gonna give him a 3 because he was kind of in his element. You know, he was around his. He felt he was supported by his people. He was. I don't know. I don't know. But Danny must gave Danny a 5 because I mean, as I said every other time. Okay. So overall for active, he got an 11, and then for Danny the Myers, Danny got an 18. Overall, decent battle. Nothing too crazy, but it was what you expect from Danny the Myers. My artist of the week. Again, there's no Quan here, so anybody write down bars. Also, Quan had been doing bars in a minute. We need to get on about that. Everybody tweet at him about that. Tell him to do better. He been getting real lackadaisical for how to show everybody know that Quan does the bars. He writes down some of his favorite bars, but he ain't been doing that in a minute. And y'all need to tweet at him or hit him up on his IG on all the, his social with the long address, all that shit, because he just not holding up his thing. That was his thing because I wasn't writing down the bars. He was gonna do that. That was his thing. But yeah. Anyway, artist of the week. So my artist of the week right now is it. Overall, right? I've been in an R&B vibe lately, and I've been in R&B like just a wave for a minute now. I have not been as into hip hop recently. I don't know what it is. The rap's been good, but the R&B just been carrying me throughout the day, and it just I don't even know if I have a specific artist of the week this week. I just want people to listen to more R&B. Like I guess that's my recommendation for artists that we could just listen to more R&B, like just mix it up. Because even like people like I don't know if you're familiar with Fauna Hughes. She dropped a project, Flora and Fauna, dope. Yeah, Bay dropped Remember Your North Star. It's not all like it's good, but it's a couple. I don't love all of it, but some of my favorite songs off of it, I enjoy. Keisha, I enjoy. I even enjoy Reprise, hard, and like a couple other good songs in there. But like, so it's not a bad project. I mean, it's just Then there's the Sam Henshaw Untidy Soul, still my RB album of the year right now. But is it my RB album of the year? It's probably up there. But I know it's top 5 of the year in general. And that came out in January. That's still in my top. That gets played. That gets played. But what else was to R&B wise? That new Smino, not exactly R&B, but the vibes. The vibes. I'm finna get into this new PJ Morton and Babyface dropped a project. Not together. PJ Morton dropped a project called Watch the Sun. Listen to that. And then Babyface dropped Girls Night Out, and I need to know what that sounds like. I need to know. And I'm gonna catch up on that Isley's project soon. But there's a lot going on in the R&B realm, and I'm here for all of it. R&B is in an amazing place right now. There's so many options. It's the point where it's hard to keep up. Well, it's impossible, honestly, to keep up with all of the great R&B acts, and I think that's a good thing. I think that's a very good thing. So I'm all for it. But I want to thank you for tuning in this week's episode of Hold It Down Podcast. If you want to keep up to date with us, hit us up at Hold It Down Pod on all our socials. They're all the same. Follow us on TikTok and Twitter and IG. If you want to follow me, hit me up about some stuff. Hey, bro, I'm easy to find. At Not Bloodbath on everything. Talk to me, I'll talk back. But that's enough talking for this week. I want to thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All stuff you supposed to do on YouTube, because I know this ain't your first YouTube video, so I know you know what you're supposed to do. But anyway, remember to tell a friend to tell a friend, and tell a bitch to tell a hoe. Remember, the South gonna hold it down.